Hey there, I'm Ollie from greenteaguru.co.uk, and today we're taking a closer look at Chun early spring green tea. Okay, so Chun green tea, some people call it snail tea because it resembles a kind of a snail, but don't worry, it tastes a lot nicer than a snail tastes. This particular tea is early spring, and that means it was picked in a particularly small window of time, a 2-day window, early spring, to catch the tea buds as they're just popping out after winter. So the tea is going to be tasting lovely and fresh. Let's give it a whirl. With this tea, we're going to be using 85°C centigrade water. Okay, so we're going to be using about 5 grams of early spring Chun today. We're also going to be using 85 centigrade water. We don't want to be using boiling water because boiling water is going to help add bitterness, which is exactly what we're trying to avoid. You can use this tea in a big teapot, but as always, today we're using a gaiwan and we're going to be doing it Chinese method. So Chinese tea brewing is very simple. Instead of using a big teapot and throwing all the tea leaves in there and throwing in the water and having one big brew, we're going to be doing a series of short infusions, and by doing it that way you're going to be getting better flavour and you're going to be avoiding the bitterness. So we're using 85 centigrade temperature water. We are filling up the gaiwan, and the first infusion is basically going to be tipped away. We're going to be trying to wake up these tea leaves. So 5 seconds, something like that. Tip it. Now after you've tipped the first infusion, give it a sniff. See what sort of aromas you can get. Look at that beautiful tea. Okay, so we've just dumped the first infusion, as we always do, to try and wake up the tea leaves, and I can already see the tea, which was furled up, has now started to unfurl, and the best thing is the aroma. I'm getting baby sweet corn. It's really, really nice, and a very vegetative baby sweet corn sort of aroma. Let's do the first infusion and see what we get. So I'm going to leave this tea for around about 7 seconds. And I can just see them unfurling in front of me now. So what we do, we throw it straight into our fair cup. So if you're on your own, you can just drink straight from this. You can pour it into a little cup, or you can serve it out to many cups for your friends if you're making tea for friends. As always, be careful. Try to take out as much water as you can, because if you leave any water at the bottom of the gaiwan, it's going to carry on brewing and your next infusion is going to come up a little bit bitter. So that baby sweet corn aroma is still there. Let's give it a whirl. Excellent. Okay, so this tea is a little bit more thicker. It's not as thin as some of the others I've done videos on. So it's got a thicker consistency. That baby sweet corn flavour is shining through, and very vegetative notes as well. So it's a very bright, beautiful tea. Really nice for those summer afternoons in the sun, just like we're doing today. Okay, so we're going to do infusion number 3 now. Pouring in the water, and sometimes it's good to give your teas a little rustle inside the gaiwan. Agitate them a little bit. It really does make a difference sometimes. So again, we're leaving this for around about 10 seconds, something like that. Let's pour, and please feel free to you don't have to follow my directions. Please feel free to play out your own parameters, mess around with the water temperature, the amount of tea you're using, and the length of infusion time you're doing. Because everyone's different, everyone likes their flavours different. Let's have a go. That baby sweet corn flavour is still there, it's still present. And the depth is coming out, as always happens. After the first infusions, it starts off slowly. By the third infusion, you're going to get the full flavour. And I reckon this tea you could probably push for around about 5 infusions, something like that. Also good in a big teapot, no problem at all there. It's a very, very popular tea and a lot of people do it that way. I prefer to do it this way because I get to see the flavours a little bit more clearer. The bitterness is way down. This is not a stringent tea whatsoever. It's a very, very, very good tea. So if you're just starting out on your tea journey, this one's a very good tea to go for. I'm going to do some close-ups now. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Ollie from Green Tea Guru. You can pick up this tea and many more from greenteaguru.co.uk. Until next time, happy